Early on, I played in the dialysis center, and I was, just over in the corner trying to stay out of the way, and there were patients in their beds getting dialysis. And it was really striking to me that I was playing, and there was one individual who was obviously having a hard time. He was coming in and out of consciousness. He was pretty restless, and I sat down well within, hearing distance, but, not right next to his bed, and, began to play. And there was a nurse there who was actually a musician also, but was a student nurse in training. And so she just marked down when I started on his chart. He marked down the time I started. And then they were taking his pulse and his blood pressure every 10 minutes to monitor him. And after 10 minutes, his blood pressure went a little bit down, his pulse started to steady out. And then 10 minutes later, he was calm and just seemed to be resting. And then by the time I ended, which was, I only stayed for about 20 minutes, the patient woke up. I mean, he was still having the dialysis treatment. And to me, I wouldn't have probably noticed, but the nurse caught me before I left that area, and she said, it was really amazing. You need to see this, that nothing had changed in his treatment except that there had been music, and that helped to calm him. And apparently, if you're more relaxed, it's much easier for your body to accept a lot of these treatments that you need. There was really concrete evidence of what we're doing. And I tend to play in the waiting rooms because that's actually a very tense time for people. Because if you're waiting, you have an appointment, and things don't often work on time. And then you have to wait more, and you get more and more tense. And so by the time you get to the treatment area, you're really having a rough time. That does a lot of good. But also then the music also carries into the treatment centers without being intrusive. If someone really doesn't want to hear the music, they can close the door. And it still also really respects the patient's boundaries. But, there's so many times where I'm playing, and people will come up to me afterwards and, mention how much of a difference it makes to them, and how it really changes the whole perspective of having to come to the hospital.